From verses 3 to 5, we discover that God filled the darkness on the earth with light. He divided the light from the darkness. And God looked over his creation and saw it was good. In verses 6 to 8, we read that God separated the waters and created the firmament, which is the sky. And he named the gathering of the waters the sea. And God looked over his creation and saw it was good. Throughout verses 9 to 13, we see that God created the dry land and named it earth. Then God spoke to the earth to bring forth grass, herbs and fruit trees that will yield fruit. And God looked over his creation and saw it was good. Remembering light was created in the first time span, we will now go to 3 time spans later and discover from verses 14 to 19 that in the 4th time span, God created the lights of the firmament. They are there for signs and seasons and days and years. The greater light will govern the day, and the lesser will govern the night. These lights of the firmament are the sun, moon, and stars. And God looked over his creation and saw that it was good. Remembering in the 2nd time span, God separated the waters of the sky and the waters of the sea. Again, 3 time spans later, in verses 20 to 23, we read that God filled his creation. This time the sky with the birds of the air and the oceans with the creatures of the sea. And yes, God looked out over his creation and saw it was good. Also remembering in the 3rd time span, God created the earth by the gathering of the waters. From the earth, he brought forth vegetation for food. In 3 time spans later, as we discover in verses 24 to 31, God brought forth the land-dwelling animals. And finally, he created humanity in his own image, both male and female. This time, God looked over his creation and saw it was very good. This is so powerful that the Creator of heaven and earth, Father, Son, and Spirit, the 3 are one, reveal themselves in this creation sequence. For example, we see in the 1st time span God created light, and 3 time spans later, he filled the heavens with the lights of the sky. In the 2nd time span, God created the sky and the sea. And 3 time spans later, he filled the sky with the birds of the air and the ocean with the fish of the sea. In the 3rd time span, God created the earth and vegetation. And 3 time spans later, he filled the earth with the creatures of the land, including his crowning glory of humanity. In this account of creation, we are given a wonderful picture of how God, the Father, Son, and Spirit provided everything before it was needed. It shows us God's systematic order, his care, and his love. He reveals more of himself to us through his creation, for he is our Creator. the seventh time period, we discover from chapter 2, verses 2 to 3, that God celebrated his work with rest. He blessed the time of rest and enjoyment of all that he had created. God set apart the time period to demonstrate the significance of rest and celebration in the work cycle. The number 7 in the Bible is symbolic of completion and perfection. So in 7 time spans, God created, and it was very good.
For more information and free resources, visit our website jesuslovestheworld.info. Be blessed, empowered, and transformed in Jesus' name.